If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy a merch indeed, a child shall lead them.
All right, DJ Revo says, with the enormous success of their debut song, I Know, and the debut album, rather than do a usual media tour or appear on television, they stopped making public appearances and went immediately into recording their second album. This led to a huge public mystery as rumors popped up that they had broken up or that they were even dead.
Wait, this is after the first single or the first record?
This is after I Know.
Oh, and the debut album, okay.
Mm-hmm. And this is the recording of their second album, I think.
Good night.
The song Anyhow Song became the lead single off their second album. Ooh, let me push that again. Right there. And Boys too, as it surpassed their debut single off their second album, as it surpassed their debut in sales, becoming the first Korean pop album to sell over 2 million copies.
Holy
the guitar
shit.
solo is done by guitarist Lee Tae-seop, who has been accused of plagiarizing the solo from a Testament song. I hear what you're saying. I mean, how close does it have to be before they say that you were biting off it? Because they all bite off each other.
Yeah, I agree.
You know.
I agree.
Testament was questioned about this by a Japanese heavy metal magazine, to which Testament said that they had taken it from a Scandinavian folk song. Good for them.
Yeah, it's unless you're Tony Iommi, I never ever want to hear again anybody steal anybody's riffs. I don't want to hear it. All those new metal bands rode that blind riff all through the fucking early 2000s. I don't want to hear it. Keep going.
The song features some brief background vocals done by former Sinua vocalist Kim Jong-seo. At first, the TV network KBS wouldn't let the group appear due to them having perms. What?
Allahu Akbar.
After trying to fight with the TV network, they ultimately caved in getting rid of their perms for promotion. Seo Taiji has said most doubted the song could be a success at all due to how experimental it was in combining pop and metal music, which actually makes it an era experiment in nu metal. This song was released in 1993, which puts their ages a bit older at 21 to 26.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, these guys, they played around with metal and that, like, from 1992. Like, I understand there was, I forgot the name of the band, Anthrax did something with whoever, and, you know, that's fine. But what these guys were doing in I Know, like, if they would have really camped out on that, they would have been almost 10 years before their time, relative to combining that stuff. But, like, that's one of those situations where, like, you stumbled on genius and you didn't know that you were a genius.
Yeah.
It looks to me like the guy was, like, trying his hardest to be, like, a hip-hopper. Like, he loved hip-hop so much he wanted to really, like, embrace that aesthetic. But holy shit, bro. Like, if he would have stayed down that track and had the rap with his vocal talent, and some guitars, it would have been proper. It would have been proper for sure. Later, L. New metal means you can't solo. It's true. That's you guys are gonna see momentarily here. My soloing abilities are subpar because I came up on new metal. What can you do? What can you do, dear listener?
You guys, tell me the truth, because I don't believe him when he says that. When I listen to his solos, I think that they're really, really good. So he always says, "Oh, that's because I've got whatever hearts in my eyeballs." But I really think that his stuff is good. Can you guys go on? When are you putting that up?
I'm going to put it on Patreon today.
It's going to be on Patreon within the next 24 hours. So check that out, and please let me know. And put my name in there. Sorry, this is what I think, because I want to know that you're speaking of this problem, because I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I don't believe that the solos
We've
are
literally listened to almost 3,000 songs.
I know. That's why I think that your solos are good.
All right.
What training have you had?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
Anyhow song. Okay.
All right, guys, here we go. The Anyhow songs. Hail Taiji and the boys. Let's do this shit. Nope, wrong song. See You in Fantasy. That was
Yeah.
no.
We heard
No.
that one. Anyhow
go.
song. Let's go.
We got the lyrics here. We're in good shape. Try to switch it around.
너희가 모두가 뺏겨버렸던 마음이 다시 내게 돌아오는 걸 느꼈지. 너는 언제까지나 나만의 나연이라 믿어왔던 내 생각이 틀리고 말았고,
변해버린 건 필요 없어. 이제는 너를 봐도 아무런 느낌이 없어. 나에게 항상 시선을 멈췄어.
예전에 내 모습과
나를 바라보던 내 미소와 너만의 목소리, 모든 게 그리워진 거야 지금 나에게. 너를 볼 때마다 내겐 가슴이 떨리는 그 느낌이 있었지. 난 그냥 내게 나를 던진 거야. 나 홀로 있을 때조차 너를 기다린다는 설렘에 언제나 깊게 마음을 가졌던 거야. 푸른 내 맘속엔 항상 내가 있었어. 하얀 미소에 너를 가을 안고서 이제는 너를 위해 남겨둔 것이 있어. 해맑던 내 미소가 담긴 사진을 난 그냥 이대로 돌아가는 나는 그냥 이대로 나 잊어버리나 난 그냥 이대로 돌아가는 나는 그냥 이대로 보내게 내 가슴이 너무나 난 그냥 이대로 나 잊어버리나 난 그냥 이대로 난 그냥 이대로 보내게 내 가슴이 너무나. 너희가 받는 걸 바라는 게 아니지. 그전처럼 또 바로 그처럼 말이야. 정성 예쁨 가득히 있었지. 언제나 너를 너무 따뜻하게 대주었지. 이제는 전화를 내게 거는
두고 봐도 난 이제 모두가 두려워졌어 넌 아는 척하고는 있지만 너의 목소리가 너무도 작았지 난 이제 알 수가 있어 너도 많이 아파하고 있었다는 것만해 진실을 숨기지만 왜 그리 모르지 너를 볼 때마다 내겐 가슴이 떨리는 그 느낌이 있었지 난 그냥 내게 나를 던진 거야 나 홀로 있을 때조차 너를 기다린다는 설레임에 언제나 그의 마음을 가졌던 거야 푸푸른 내 맘속엔 항상 내가 있었어 하얀 미소에 너를 가득 안고서 이제는 너를 위해 남겨둔 것이 있어 해맑던 내 미소가 담긴 사진이 난 그냥 이대로 돌아가는 난 그냥 이대로 잊어버리나 난 그냥 이대로 돌아가는 난 그냥 이대로 보내 내 가슴이 넌날 난 그냥 이대로 잊어버리나 난 그냥 이대로 난 그냥 이대로 보내 내 가슴이 넌날 이렇게 떠나가 버린 너를 보려 한 것이 아니야 하지만 나는 기다려 내가 다시 돌아올 날까지 이곳에서
Our Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
It's a deal of a deal.
Shout out to Canada Rocks, making fun of me. Shout out to Canada Rocks. I've never seen you here before.
Glad to see you came in to laugh at us at our expense.
Laugh at all misfortune.
All right.
Okay, so like what I was saying was, if these guys were in the social media age that we're in now, they would have been massive in the Americas.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
There's a couple of reasons. Number one, these dudes can genuinely rap, like that whole, like, there was this white rapper, his name was Snow. He had this song called Informer. I like it boom boom now. Snow stop someone down the lane. So it was like, you know, it was like the staccato type rapping. Like they were putting that in there in that song. So like they would, it's clear, like they listen to American music and they just immediately took it, incorporated it, and spit it back out. And I think obviously it's going to blow up in Korea because these kids have never heard anything like this before. But these guys are they absolutely could have hung with any. Yeah. They could have hung with any American group.
Wow.
In my opinion, of that time period, like I'm talking about like I'm talking about like in the gutter hip hop, you know, BET shit. You probably don't know, but like they would have gotten this band would have gotten respect, like in the hip hop community. They really, really would have. And it's kind of a shame that, like, you know, they were like a generation or two too late or too early. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't get the exposure.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
it's like,
the thing. Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy because I was looking at like that first little song that we did in the first year of the channel. And I'm like, we have artists that we cover that have less views than that, which is, you know, ridiculous. You know, we've got like, we're at like 90 million views. We're coming on 100 million views at some point pretty soon here. Like, it's insane, like the ability to communicate like literally across the world almost instantaneously. Well, not now because we're, you know, whatever. But like it's not a shame because they still left their mark, obviously, but they would have been like legendary, like you can't walk down the street legendary, I think. Just because they were so good at this art form, and with the guitar in there, they had kind of a signature sound. Like, because you're gonna get the heavy riffs, you're gonna get some good harmonization, and then you're gonna get some basic 90s era rap, man. They were on point. It seems though like the last couple songs have all been relationship songs, although
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a
But you never know. It's there could be
it
twofold.
could be a double entendre relative to the what is this right here? Okay, yeah, here
heart
it
that
is
has
right
lost
here.
everything?
Then
Yeah.
it says lock settings. Because what happens is, because it's a new one, there are settings that I didn't get to lock. Okay, so here's what he's saying. The heart that had lost everything to you came back to me. I thought you would always be my only love, but I was wrong. I need nothing.
I think it's supposed to say come back to me.
Where?
When it says came back to me, I think it's come back to me.
The heart that had lost everything to you.
Because at the end of the song
No,
he says when you come back to me waiting right here.
I still think it's I think it's came back, because what he's saying is the heart that had lost everything to you came back to me, which is his own heart. I think he's saying like I got over the breakup is what
But
he's
at the
saying.
end of the song he's saying I'm still just waiting for you.
Yeah.
When you come back to me waiting right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's saying my heart is back, so you can come back, but my heart is good. Like I'm not sitting here.
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
I'm not sitting here pining over you. Which,
right. He's saying the
for
heart
some-
that was over. It's now returned to him. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, for some reason it's important for people who've been broken up with to let everybody know that they're okay. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I don't know like why that's important for people to like let other people know like I'm good. Like, I would never talk about that with anybody in public. It's weird. Like, people put that shit on Facebook. Like, oh man, this. It was a couple days ago where one of my friends, like, they had that beef with their boyfriend or whatever. And then I'm like, yo, look at this. But then she had deleted it because I guess they made up or whatever. But like this whole thing where everybody's putting all that shit, I can't relate to that. Like, why would you? Because to me, it's like if you are saying that, and if you feel that people in the public need to know that you're okay, like, to me that seems like
You're
almost
actually not
exhibit
okay?
A that you're not okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, why are you saying that shit?
Well, I think that sometimes people say it to like convince themselves or to kind of like get themselves to a place, like almost like positive thinking, like I'm okay, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's people. Maybe it's people's way of saying, "Look, I'm good. Don't talk to me about it because I'm actually not good."
Yeah, I guess, but it's always like the emojis and all. I don't care, blah blah blah. It's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, sis. It seems like you care enough to write about it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I had a relationship end. It was pretty ugly. I didn't post anything on there. Like, I felt like man, fuck those people. I don't care about those people's opinion. Why would I put something out there like that? Like, I don't understand why people do that shit. Like, that's the other thing. Like, there seems to be like this investment in like letting people know that I've moved on. Like, I'm not certain. I'm not certain, but I think that I'm probably in the minority here. I don't know why that's important to people to let them, hey, I'm good without you type of thing. Like, I don't understand that. Like, to me, if the relationship is over, it's over. I'm going to move on. They're going to move on. I don't believe that me being out of anybody's life is going to ruin their life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think like, oh, because I'm not in this person's life. Like, I think that's so arrogant. Oh, because I'm not in this person's life, they're going to melt into ash because I'm not texting, or I didn't say goodbye, or I didn't give them closure or whatever. Like, I think that's such an arrogant idea that people are going to fucking whittle away because they don't have closure in the end of your relationship. Like, I don't. So like I said, I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand it. Like, and maybe, like, obviously something's probably missing in my head as far as how that goes. But what were you going to say about it?
Well, I mean, I think that. I'm sorry. I had way too many thoughts around everything that you were saying, so I don't. I'm still working my thoughts. Go ahead.
Well, I was, it was just a genuine question.
Yeah,
like,
I know, but
you seem like you're different. Like you're
in regards to people leaving and
like feeling it's important to let people know, like, hey, I moved on. I'm fine.
I think the reason that people do that is like when people will be like, oh, I go to the gym. I'm a gym. They talk about the gym because they want to like motivate themselves to be like, well, I already said that I go to the gym, so I'm not going to make sure I go.
That makes sense.
So I don't know if that's also what people are doing here. Like, I'm really not okay, but the first step in being okay is like, you know, if you go outside and your makeup's all dripping down your face and you're a big giant wreck because you broke up with somebody and it's very obvious, or you like put your game face on and you try to come with the energy that you're going to be okay and I'm okay, look guys, we broke up but I'm okay. Like, I don't know if it's people's way of trying to like front load it so they can be okay. They're trying to hope they're going to be okay. They're trying not to just get overtaken with it.
So they're putting that stuff on Facebook, not for other people.
No. I don't know why people are doing it.
But they're doing it for the...
Oh. I'm just saying, I'm guessing. I've not been in that situation, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're always the breakup-y. Well, you're always the breakup-er. You're always the one breaking up with people.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't break up with that many people, but sure. But I think that people are putting...
But you were not in that position where somebody just dropped you in.
No, I wasn't. And I think that's... When I think about it, I think that that's a pretty... I think that would be a difficult thing, like... Because your ego has to, like, kind of... Especially if you didn't know it was coming. Like, if you didn't know the person was going to break up with you...
how does that affect your ego? I can understand how it affects your emotions, but how would it affect your ego?
Well, if somebody's breaking up with you, that means they don't like you. They're not, you know... They want to be with somebody else. They, you know, you're not good enough. All the things that are going to come up when somebody breaks up with somebody. I see it every single time these girls get broken up with in this group that I'm in. Like, they immediately start trashing themselves and saying what a horrible person they are and why they're like particularly unlovable. And so I think that people... I think there's a lot of reasons why people say that they're all right. But I do think the one thing that I will say is that when people say that, I say to myself, they're not all right. Because when you're really all right, you don't need to tell anybody. You just go about your day. You don't have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in this situation, he says, like, I feel like he, again, like what I was saying about it, I feel like is even true in this song. He says, the heart that had lost everything to you came back to me. I thought you would always be my only love, but I was wrong. I need nothing. It has changed. Now, even when I see you, I feel nothing. You always kept your eyes on me. Such sight of yours in the past. Your smile that was always at me and your unique voice. I came to miss everything about you. Now, every time I see you, my heart trembles. It was just like I was just throwing myself at you. Yeah. Even when I was alone waiting for you, I got butterflies in my stomach, and it always gave me joy. You were always there in my heart, full of expectations. I was holding an armful of you, who was smiling, a white smile, and there's something I've kept for you, a picture of you, beaming an innocent smile. Like, he just keeps going on. Like, to me, it's clear that he still has, like, obviously he still misses her. And even though at the beginning he said that, you know, that the heart had lost everything till you came back to me. But at the end, he's waiting for her still.
He's still waiting for her.
Yeah. So like she had a big impact, but at the same time, I think that he's struggling with this. Like, he thought that the person was going to be his only love, but he was wrong. And then he's saying that now he doesn't even feel anything. But then he goes on to say how, like, going on and on about her. But I think that the not feeling anything almost seems to me like maybe it was like a coping mechanism. Like, I don't feel anything. You know, you don't want to feel anything, and so you can kind of close your heart so it will feel nothing. It's
Yeah. I'm kind of where, I'm definitely, my philosophy is definitely where Amy was saying. I actually think it's not about being good enough. It's just about not being the right fit for that person.
Oh, I definitely think that's what it is.
Yeah,
but like, that's not what people mostly say.
When I had my big, I mean, it was a marriage. It was the end of a marriage. Like, I did not feel not good enough. I felt like, no, you know, definitely everybody's flawed, but I did not take it as, oh, I'm not good enough.
Well, that was a unique situation
for this person,
because neither one of you guys like thought that. It's not like she was like, I'm not good enough for Vinny.
Yeah, I don't know how universal that is. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't
I'm
know,
saying
like...
in those groups, I see it all
but
the
it's,
time.
again, it's like I said on
certain
MA,
groups,
like,
yeah.
it's social
Sure.
media, like, it attracts a certain kind of person.
I think I also think it's an age thing. I think that when you're young, you know, like that might be the simple answer, but I think that as you get older, you're like, this just doesn't work.
I just never felt that way, even as a kid. But I think it's different because I moved around so much, so I was so used to having relationships that are deep and significant and then being gone the next day.
Yeah.
And I never had control over that. You see what I'm saying? I never had control over whether or not those relate. So I just kind of, I think I've always seen like ending of relationships as something that's sort of like predestined to happen in 95% of the cases. And so I've always looked at, I'm talking about any relationship, whether it's, you know, friendship, well, mainly friendship and then, you know, spousal, whatever type relationships. Like I always assume that they're going to end just because of the way that I came up. And so when they do end, I don't, yeah, it's weird. It's, you know, like when they end, it's like, oh, okay, you know, like it ran its course. And so I don't think I've ever really been able to balance that out because the way people react is always surprising to me. Like, oh, was this person not meaningful to you? You didn't care the whole time, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, like I cared the whole time. It's just the time is over. But I don't know if I don't, you know, I don't know if that's like the right way to look at those things, but I feel like, you know, yeah, I've never really examined that. I know I'd never write a song like this I would never write a song like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would keep all that shit to myself. I don't know.
Not me. I'd write a poetry like that. Well, I mean, not this style, because obviously it's the translation's a little interesting. Yeah.
What do you give the song? Do do
7.2.
This song to me is a solid 9. I put this between I Know and the song that we reviewed before because this had more metal in it. I just think they were so much stronger when they variegated what they were doing in the song. It's almost like a completely different group. Almost.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I really like that a lot. I think it mattered a lot to me if there was a clean closure of a relationship or not. Yeah. Those are the things that make me like second guess myself because I don't need closure at all. I literally... The last time I felt that was there was a family member that had, you know, unalived themselves. And it was just a weird feeling to be like, yo, she's ashes now. Like, that was such a weird, like, the last thing I was talk to her about, you know, XYZ thing. And now, like, the next thing is she's ashes in some river in New York City. Like,
Damn.
That one was kind of like, it took me a minute to adjust. But as far as like closure otherwise, like I've never been good at that because I've never attempted to be good at that. So like, you know, I'm trying to figure out like, because there's always room for self-improvement. And you can't, when people are like, yo, that's crazy, you can't consistently say everybody's crazy and you're the sane one. Almost universally, the way that I handle relationships, people have been looked at me like I was crazy. So like, it really makes me pause a lot and think to myself like, yo, dude, like, is something really wrong with you? Or like, did you figure something out that other people don't know? Like, what are the odds? There's 8 billion people on the planet. Everybody you know is like, yo, that's crazy. And you're the only right one. Like, I'm very, very skeptical about that. But at the same time, like, I can't get myself to build up feelings that aren't there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a weird.
I
It's
mean,
a weird. It's a weird
if
thing.
I was constituted like you, I wouldn't try to drum up those feelings. If they're not there, why do that?
Yeah. You could totally say what, Amy? Okay. So I give this song in between I Know, which I'm going to redo. We've never done this. We've done this like 3 times in the entire Vin and Sori channel. But I'm actually going to bump I Know up to a 9.8 because I really, really like that song. I'm going to download the song later. And
There we
obviously, you guys know the rule. If I download a song to listen to on my playlist, then it's got to be at least a 9.8.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm going to put I Know to a 9.8.
Okay.
Then I'm going to put this one to a 9.2. So this one is in the middle of I Know and the previous song. That's my final answer. What do you give this song?
I gave it like a 7.2, I think. Pretty sure that's what I did.
Okay. Amy says that I'm the only one that's not insane. I believe you. What did you give it?
7.2.
Holy shit, 7.2. Revo, we're coming back. We're coming back. I know we're chippy, guys. It's Revo's birthday. Power through it.
Yep, we'll be right back.
We're not even important. It's not really important to see or hear what we have to say anyway. It's Revo's freaking birthday. Sit there and enjoy the music. I know it's chippy. We'll fix it soon, inshallah. Commercial time. We're coming right back with some more goodness on the way. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.